Hi, my name is Daniel Lee. I'm currently an incoming junior at Penn State University. I study management information systems, and I'm currently an active participant in my Army ROTC program.
Well, my name is Catherine Profit. I am currently a rising junior at Old Dominion University, and my major is international studies.
Hey everyone, my name is Evan Anglin. I am a student at Carroll College. While also being a student there, I'm also an ROTC cadet that is studying a bachelor's in biology with a minor in chemistry and neuroscience. I'm also a up-and-coming junior this year.
Hello, my name is Beatrice Holzbach. I normally study engineering at Carnegie Mellon University. Before this program, I was studying Korean for about 2 years. 2 years ago, exactly in the summer, I was in George Mason's domestic Project Go program, which really helped me get into the habits for this Project Go. I kept up in the meantime with my Korean by speaking with some friends at my university. There was also a Korean language club that I attended meetings for, and watching some variety shows to get used to speed and intonation of natural Korean speakers.
Hi everyone, my name is Ashley Worrell and I am a rising third year at the University of Virginia in the Army ROTC program. My major is East Asian Studies with a concentration in Korean.
Hi, my name is Leilani Rapati. I'm also a third year student at the University of Virginia. My major is Foreign Affairs, but I'm also a pre-med student and my minor is in Korean language and culture.
And overall, my Project Go experience has been phenomenal. And so throughout my years, and for me personally, I've taken a great interest in the Korean culture, and because I have my father who is a Korean person, and I've been exposed to a whole bunch of different traditions, customs, holidays throughout my life, and I've also taken a few Korean classes in the past. And I can only understand so much from Korean culture just by being in the classroom and looking at entertainment and things like that. But actually being here in Korea to study Korean, it's a really excellent opportunity for me to enhance my overall language skills and just become an overall better, well-rounded leader so I can better understand the environment around me.
I think throughout the program, I've learned a lot about Korean language as well as the culture through just going to class daily as well as weekly cultural activities that we've done.
My Project Go experience has been very exciting. Every day I get to do new things, I get to meet new people, I get to learn new things that obviously the day before I didn't know. Every day has been very thrill-inducing, very enjoyable to me. I'd say it's a 10 out of 10 experience.
Overall, I really enjoyed my time at Project Go. It was really effective, and in my opinion, immersion is the only way to really be able to learn and apply language skills, just because everyone around you is speaking it all the time and you can't get away from it, even if you want to, which I didn't want to. I viewed the balance between academic time and being able to go out and eat food, talk to Koreans was a really good balance. And I loved being a KOI because you got to meet hundreds of other students from all around the world, all there just to learn Korean, and you can share in your enthusiasm for learning new food, culture, and go out and experience things together. Everyone's sharing their experiences and sharing in having the same new experiences. So it was beautiful.
Overall, I had a really good time in Korea. I would say there was a lot more I could learn here than I could learn back in the States, specifically cultural and societal norms. And I also say there's a good mix between class time and free time, so we were able to explore the city a lot.
Overall, my personal journey for Project Go has been one of the best learning experiences of my life. I haven't been abroad in East Asia at all, or Asia at all, so being here has been such an incredible learning opportunity for not only Korean culture, but also the language that I'm studying. And as a foreign affairs major, it's my goal to diversify my perspective and experiences so I can better communicate with other students and other cadets in ROTC. So I really enjoyed my time here.
The best thing about the Project Go program is, first of all, the classes. And because back in the States when I took my Korean classes, now a lot of the time the lectures would be in English, and if there really isn't a reinforcement to be able to to really use and apply the Korean. However, for this year's program, we got integrated into the regular Yonsei KLI program. So we're in classes with students from all over the world. So that includes Japan, Vietnam, Australia, Germany, just to name a few. And not all of them can speak English well, so just being able to be in an environment where like you have to use Korean in order to communicate, I thought that was a great way for me to enhance my overall skills rather than just having the standard test where I'd be reading off a script and like memorizing things. And also, the activities that we do like outside of class, where we have the opportunity to go to try a whole bunch of different things. Like the first couple of weeks, we went to Gyeongbokgung Palace. We got a better understanding of how like traditional Korean culture was in the past. We had a choreography class. We also are going to a K-pop event, and it's just a whole bunch of different things. Like actually being out there in the environment, it was probably the best way for me to really gain a grasp of the Korean culture and enhance my learning skills for the language.
I think the best thing about the Project Go program was being able to use the language that I was learning every day, whether that just be in class or just in my daily life. If I was going to a restaurant or just overhearing other people talk around me, I think that's the best part about Project Go.
I'd say the best thing about the Project Go program is the knowledge and experience that I've gained since being here. Growing up, I was interested in like Asian culture and Asian customs, but I haven't experienced it. Like you can learn it, but it's not the same as really being in the moment, so to speak. So since being in this program, I've learned a lot about Korean customs and Korean cultures and holidays that they celebrate, and I think that experience and knowledge is really what makes this program really stand out amongst the others.
Overall, my best experience at Project Go was the DMZ tour. All of our cultural experiences were really interactive and memorable, but I love learning about history, so I thought the tour we were provided with was really effective and provided a lot of good information. Honestly, I could have spent the whole day there.
One of the things I enjoyed the most about this program is being able to get more comfortable with my speaking skills. I took 2 semesters of Korean at UVA, and I would say I was a little confident with my speaking, but not super confident enough to hold a conversation with a native speaker. But since we're in Korea, we obviously have to speak Korean with the native speakers, so I became a lot more comfortable. I would also say I really enjoyed how close all of the Project Go students got with each other. We spent a lot of time eating dinner, working out together, and visiting other places, like cafe hopping, for example.
For me, the best part about Project Go has been the cultural immersion experiences that is funded by the program. I got to experience things I never would have considered if I came here on my own as a tourist. For example, the Gyeongbokgung Palace, where we got to dress in the traditional clothes of Korean society from hundreds of years ago, and being in the historical site and learning about their history and what shaped contemporary Korean society today was super eye-opening, and it was like a dive into the past. It was a really great experience.
One thing that I learned about being in Korea and just overall from this experience is first and foremost enhancing my language ability and gaining like a better like situational awareness, like being in a different environment. Because for me, this is my first time ever and not being outside of the United States. And obviously in America, we have a whole bunch of different customs and courtesies and our culture is set there. And for me, that was normal. But as soon as I got to Korea, I've been exposed to a whole bunch of different things, a whole bunch of different ways people carry themselves, how people communicate, and certain body languages to really like have a better understanding. So overall, I feel like I personally gained a better understanding of Korean culture, and obviously my language skills enhanced, as well as just having better overall like situational awareness and being able to be more adaptable to a new environment, which is very important for me, for not only my leadership skills, but also for my self-development to help other people around me improve their interpersonal capabilities.
Through this program, I learned a lot more about the Korean language. I think that taking classes at Yonsei was very helpful in helping me build a solid foundation. I think that the vocabulary and grammar that I learned here at Yonsei will help me a lot with studying Korean in the future.
I think throughout this program, the one thing I really learned is to be comfortable with being wrong. Learning a new skill, in this case, learning a new language, it's very hard, and no one likes to be wrong, and no one likes to be corrected about maybe an improper pronunciation. And certainly neither do I. I hate being wrong. But you get used to that experience and that feeling so much so that you grow with it, and you understand that saying things wrong or doing the skill wrong, that doesn't define you. Like, that failure doesn't define you. It's what helps you grow as a person, so that you can master the skill or language. And I think that's the one thing I've really learned and experienced throughout this program.
I learned a lot and grew as a person while I've been here. I think it's always intimidating to experiment with new languages, even though this is my third new language. But this time, when I was going through it, I was able to recognize when I was having a difficult time and give myself that grace. Because learning language is making mistakes. When you're making countless mistakes every day and you're feeling down because you're being corrected every minute, it makes it a little difficult to move on unless you know that that's what's supposed to happen. So I gave myself more grace, and I was able to apply that, I think, later down the line to more learning experiences and taking it more positively.
Living in Korea for the past 2 months, we have had a lot of experience with working with the area and a culture that we're not totally used to. We have learned a lot of interpersonal skills with not only Korean culture and Korean people, but other Asian ethnicities, Europeans, and Hispanic and Latino populations. Our classrooms are very diverse, so I enjoy that we get to learn about other cultures that are not just Korean cultures. So I would say that all of our cultural understanding has grown a lot since we have been here.
Yeah, on a day-to-day basis, I learn more than just the Korean language, but their Korean beliefs, values, behaviors, and norms. From my walk to school, to every day in class, to buying something at the store, is just such a different experience in my American daily life that the cultural shock is just always so confusing but exciting at the same time, because I'm always able to learn something new day in and day out. And I would say the most important thing that I learned was just having compassion, not only for foreigners here, but foreigners that visit America, and just knowing the difficulties of trying to fit into a society that's not yours.
And first and foremost, as a military officer, you're expected to be a leader. And when you're a leader, you got to be able to have, first and foremost, great communication and just confidence in the ability to bring people together and share a vision in order for the goal to be accomplished. And learning a language is first and foremost going to be able to expand my network of people who I'll be able to communicate with. And so far during my time during Project Go, I've been trying to make sure that I really have a great understanding of the language, so that I wouldn't be able to confuse anybody and anything like that, because communication is key whenever you're trying to accomplish a goal together. And I personally feel like just my experience being in Korea, like not only like experiencing new cultures and new things on a daily basis, will be tremendously helpful for my military career, because it improves my adaptability and ability to be able to have confidence in myself to carry and lead a group of people to have the same vision and achieve the same goals.
This experience will benefit my future career as a military officer, since I think now I'll be more culturally aware and more knowledgeable about not just Korea, but the Korean language as well.
Being a military officer, you have to lead troops in easy times, hard times, uncomfortable times, and no matter what, your soldiers, your troops are going to look to you for guidance. This Project Go experience has really helped me, like I said, previous question, be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And this comfort or this uncomfortableness, will help me remain level-headed in those difficult times when I have to make a hard decision, or when I have to make the decision that this operation needs to either go on or if it needs to be put on hold, so to speak. And I think that's the one experience that I will have a head start between my peers being a military officer that the Project Go experience has, this Project Go program, has helped me with.
I think the benefit to my military career will have been growing my patience. It helped me learn to be more patient with communication, especially with how difficult it is with cultural and even like direct translation barriers when speaking with foreigners. So I think I practiced a lot more patience when learning to communicate in a different language, and that is very applicable to learning how to communicate with other officers and enlisted in the military later on down the line, because everyone comes from different backgrounds and has different shortcuts for their language. So I'd say patience is the thing that's helped me out the most.
So being a second lieutenant in the military means that we have to work with people from all over the US and all over the world itself. So that means we have to have a lot of cultural understanding so that we can get along well and make sure everyone feels comfortable in the environment. Being in Korea, we have learned how to make connections and communicate with people who share a very different culture and lifestyle than us. We can apply this in the future with not only our soldiers, but the civilian population that we will be working with. It is very important as an officer to create a work environment that everyone feels comfortable in, they feel heard, they feel safe, so that all of our jobs will be done more effectively and efficiently.
Yeah, in that same sense, I hope to apply that to the medical field. So as a pre-med student, I hope to branch in the med corps, and I hope to use my Korean language and cultural skills that I've learned here in Project Go to make my patients feel more comfortable, to communicate with them better, and to hopefully get rid of healthcare disparities for the Asian American population in the United States. So I also hope to do a fellowship and learn medicine from here, even Yonsei University, because their hospital is incredible. So I just hope to make my patients and my subordinates in the Army feel safe.
Okay, so our typical schedule was Monday to Friday. We would have a class from 9 to 1, and typically that will consist of reading, writing, speaking. And the cool thing about it is that we're in an environment where not a lot of people, or not everyone, can speak English, so that really forces us to use our Korean, which will ultimately help us improve our learning capabilities and ability to communicate. And on every Monday and Wednesday, we would have an open learning class, which is a speaking class specifically aimed to improve our scores for the OPIC exam, which is a speaking exam that's required by the DLI. And it's really important for us to score well on that. So, and we try our best to gain a lot of language practice, a lot of speaking practice, so that we can do well for that. And the fun part about our daily routine is every Friday we would have a cultural experience. And we have done a whole bunch of different things so far. So far we have gone to the Kimchi Museum, where we gained a better understanding and overall history of kimchi, as well as going to a Nanta play, which is basically a Korean Broadway show, how those things work, as well as taekwondo and calligraphy, a whole bunch of different things that we did. And so far it's been really great to be able to participate in a structured environment, and because that gives us a prompt for us to really understand like the thing that we want to view and experience, so that we can have a better understanding of our Korean culture and, most importantly, our Korean language understanding.
This program is a 10-week long program. First week is spent in Missoula, Montana, with the other 9 weeks spent in Seoul, South Korea. Daily life, we go to classes every day from 9 to 1 p.m. And then usually every Friday we have a cultural activity, whether that may be making kimchi or going to the DMZ, things like that.
So the PGO program is 10 weeks total. We spend the first week of it in Missoula, Montana at the University of Montana. And then the rest of the 9 weeks are spent in Seoul, South Korea. When you get to Seoul, South Korea, you go to Yonsei University at the KLI program. And from Monday through Friday, 9 to 1, you take your Korean class. And then for us cadets, you will be taking on Monday and Wednesday, you have a 2 to 4 class where it helps you with your OPIC exam that you have to take at the end of the program. Some of the activities we've done in the program have been the Nanta theater show, the DMZ tour. We made kimchi one time. That was pretty fun. Another activity that we've done is gone to Latte World. That was also super fun. So you guys will have a very fun time in this program. Yeah, it's a very good program.
The structure of Montana's Project Go was pretty effective. We weren't ever too tired because of weekends being booked up. We had maybe one cultural activity per week, so it left a lot of time to explore, which was great for all of us. I really enjoyed the activities because it provides a rudimentary outlook for people who haven't experienced Korea before. I would say it was a more modern outlook. I would have preferred a little bit more history and traditional art, but still I enjoyed the activities we had.
So the first week in Montana, that was used as a review week for the Korean that we already knew, because most of us had already taken a semester or 2 or 3 or 4 of Korean at our respective schools. So we were just reviewing for that week, and we were getting used to each other, our teacher, and just the system, and making sure that we were all perfectly good to go to Korea without any problems. And then in Korea, we started our classes the week after we flew in, and that included a class in the morning sessions from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Although because of our hotel location, we had to leave the hotel at around 8:30 p.m. because it's about a 15 to 20 minute walk. And then afterwards, class ends, we would have free time or we'd go to lunch. And then on Mondays and Wednesdays, there was also a 2-hour lecture between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. And then after that, we would also have our own free time. And usually that followed with us going to the gym or eating dinner together or just exploring Seoul on our own.
And then on Fridays or Saturdays, but usually Fridays, there is a cultural or historical event that helps us learn more about the society and the culture. Some things we did, for example, were like taekwondo, kimchi making, calligraphy, and my personal favorite, because I like history, was the DMZ, because there was a lot of like rich history in that area, and it was just really cool being in that area where you like hear so much about. I personally am a big fan of history, so being able to go to the DMZ, which is an area with so much history, was really cool, and just being able to be in that area that we learned so much about.
Yeah, especially as Army ROTC students, and we learned so much about military science and military history. It was interesting to see that perspective between the North Korean and South Korean relationship. My personal favorite cultural experience was the K-pop dance class that we took, because K-pop and just Korean music in general is just so culturally significant to the world that, you know, it's not a lot of places where you go that they haven't heard of certain pop idols and things like that. So being there and being able to learn, you know, traditional dances that are super expressive to Korean culture was just an amazing thing to do.
I highly recommend for you to do the University of Montana career program, because not only do you get to study abroad in Korea, but you're also in a more intimate setting. So first and foremost, there's less people than a typical Project Go program. And so that means there's more opportunities for you to learn and understand the Korean language in a much better way.
Yes, I would recommend this program. I think that any cadets who are interested in learning more about Korea and Korean language, I think this program would be really beneficial, as it helps you immerse yourself in learning the Korean language. I think I've learned a lot more Korean than I would have at going to a Korean class back in an American university.
I would 100% recommend the program, the PGO program for the University of Montana. Not only because it's one of the longer programs, you spend the most amount of time in Seoul, South Korea, which just allows you to gain more experience over there, a more wealth of lifetime memories, and also, Seoul, South Korea, you're spending more time there. Who doesn't want to stay longer in another country? Just those few things off the top of my head, that really makes me think that 100% I would recommend this program for any cadet or applicant that wants to be in the program.
I recommend this program, especially due to my experience at KLI and everyone who's helped me along the way. The Montana Project Go director was always quick to help us out and point out things we need help with. And there was always someone to turn to if you ever had a problem. So it's very comfortable, and I'm very grateful to all these people. So I do recommend it.
I would definitely recommend this program because it teaches you so many things. For example, you learn how to have better cultural understanding, which is very important for our future jobs. You learn the language, you learn the culture, and you get to meet a lot of new people. And also exploring Montana for a week was really fun too.
Yeah, I think this program, specifically for the University of Montana, if you're trying to study here in Korea, offers a perfect balance between work and tourist life. You have the weekends off, you have after school off for your free time. As long as you are studying properly, and using your time wisely, as well as your money wisely, then you can probably do so many things in Korea beyond just Seoul. So I think the cultural experiences that you'll gain and everything that you'll learn along the way and the people that you'll meet, you will meet the best of people and create really good friendships from around the world, that people that you'll never experience in America. So I would totally recommend this program for you.
And the biggest tip I have heading into applying into any type of Project Go program is to have a really strong interest in a language. And for me, I have a personal reason why I want to learn a language, because my father's Korean, as well as I have a professional goal of wanting to be able to work in Korea in the future. So that really motivated me to really have a grasp and really take advantage of the opportunities I have in class to understand different concepts if I'm confused, have the extra practice, as well as being able to use my Korean on a daily basis so that I can be able to communicate to others in the future. And on top of that, you should also definitely take the language classes at your university, because for me, when I was taking the classes throughout the summer, I feel like a lot of the classes are very fast-paced and advanced, so it's really important for you to really have a strong foundation so that you can build upon it quickly, so that it'll be better. You have a better experience in being able to improve your Korean or any type of language that you want to learn in the future.
I recommend people who have gotten into Project Go, once they have, do a little research before coming here. There's a lot of classes, whether it be cooking, dance, or maybe a new art form that you can learn in Seoul. It's a very vibrant city with lots to do, and I'd say just experience as much as you can with the short time you have here.
My piece of advice for Project Go students is to not be afraid to speak Korean and talk to the locals. I know it can be really taunting at first, especially when you make so many mistakes, but in the end, they enjoy when we speak Korean to them, and it helps us learn.
The preparation time that you take to get into this program starts way back in the fall semester when you're first applying. I really recommend that you apply early, and that through your essays you show your passion for wanting to learn Korea and how this is going to extend your academic experience and just your cultural experience and perspective of the world. And then after that, of course, you need to be budgeting and everything like that and packing lightly, because when you get here, you will buy a lot of things. And then when you are here, yes, of course, talk to locals, but there's also a lot of things in English here, so you should feel comfortable, exploring and also just being able to navigate the city on your own. I recommend using your time wisely, studying. It'll get to you. There's a lot of things to learn here that's packed into this program, but it is doable, and you will have a lot of fun doing it.